Shredded is very simple, and I'm gonna explain everything that goes into it, how long it should take, what your nutrition should look like, what your cardio should look like, and finally, why body fat measuring is completely arbitrary. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and I got a question today on my Instagram direct message right here, guys. Send me your Instagram direct messages. I love engaging with you guys and helping you understand things. And the question is something that is very near and dear to my heart. It comes down to getting shredded. What is shredded, guys? Listen, I have a very unique perspective on shredded. To me, shredded is the absolute leanest a human body can get. Get on a bodybuilding stage. That means you got to keep your muscle. That means you got to have your wits about you. You got to get to the finish line, look great, and also feel great to be competitive and win a bodybuilding show. Now, this is something I've spent my life doing. So when I get questions like this, it really makes me happy. What's the solution to getting completely shredded? At least close to stage lean, maybe 6 or 7% body fat. I would say I'm about 10 to 12% body fat. I've been trying to achieve that for a long time because I want to see my abs in almost any lighting, not just good lighting. I've been my calories between 12 and 1500 for 2 months. My body weight is stuck. All right, so I want to give you guys the big ticket items when it comes to getting absolutely shredded. And the reason I said that body fat is kind of arbitrary is because shredded really just comes down to what you look like in pictures and videos, how you look on a bodybuilding stage, or whatever you define as shredded. So first things first, I don't care what body fat percentage I'm at. In fact, I've only ever had it tested very few times in my life. Now, I have had it tested at around 5% body fat years ago when I was getting ready for a bodybuilding competition. I've won multiple bodybuilding shows. I've won overall titles. I've done very well. I've earned professional status. I've placed at world type competitions. But for me, coaching has been where I've learned the most, right? Putting my body through that multiple times, you learn a lot. Coaching people, you learn even more because there's a few key things that we're going to talk about today. The one is the physiology. So I want to break down how long it should take, how much weight you should be losing per week, what your nutrition, your cardio, all those things should look like, but also psychology around this, because I think that's the part that most people don't miss. When you say to yourself, I want to be shredded, the first thing I heard here was you've been the same for a while, 12 to 1500 calories, and you want to be leaner. Let's talk about why you haven't got there. First things first, I'm going to be very basic on the nutrition, guys. I have over 1500 YouTube videos. I talk about nutrition all the time. I have a free macro calculator. I'll put it right here, ProPhysiqueMacros.com. It's going to give you all the information you need. As long as you're hitting your daily protein goals, keeping protein a priority, as long as you're getting enough fat that's going to support your hormones. Don't forget that all of our hormones start with a cascade of nutritional fat. So if you pull out too much fat, you're going to compromise your hormones. And finally, carbohydrates. They are not the enemy. In fact, carbohydrates prevent the breakdown of muscle. They improve performance. They improve hormones. So get your carbohydrates in. But yes, they are going to be the biggest variable. But nutrition basics aside, if you want to get leaner, you've got to be creating a caloric deficit. Well, how do we create a caloric deficit if we're kind of bottoming out our calories? Well, then there's that other thing that we can do called movement, activity. A lot of times we refer to it as cardio. As I've gotten more into coaching, I now pay more attention to people's overall daily activity. I've got people that don't do any cardio. Why? Because they're bartenders and they work 10-hour shifts on their feet. They don't need cardio. They need to control their calories. Likewise, I've got people that do 2 hours of cardio a day. Why? Because they get 0 steps. They literally have the most sedentary life possible, and the only movement they get is their cardio. So does cardio for 2 hours a day sound terrible to you? I'm sorry, maybe shredded isn't for you if that's where your lifestyle is at. Also, it's just walking. I promise you, it's not as hard as it sounds. Now, I've done a lot of interesting videos on the topic of cardio styles. The one thing I'll say about getting shredded, I think a lot of times we associate it with some hard, crazy HIIT cardio. I've made the mistakes. I've done them for you. HIIT cardio is great. Why? Because you burn a lot of calories in a short amount of time. You burn a lot more cardio running sprint for 30 minutes than you go walking for 30 minutes. Here's the difference. Guess what happens to people when they go sprint for 30 minutes? The rest of the day, their activity level plummets. They're exhausted. They're hungry. They're tired. Guess what happens when you go for a walk for 30 minutes? Nothing. You're not hungry. You're not tired. You can go for another walk. You can walk for an hour. You can walk for 2 hours. Your non-exercise activity, or the activity that you do outside of the gym involuntarily, stays higher. So what's better for you? I'll let you decide. But I tell you this because I want people to think you don't have to run and train like an animal to get shredded. I'm 48 years old, guys. I'm a lifetime natural bodybuilder. I walk every single day. That's what I do for cardio. I walk. That's it. Now, I do go to the gym and I lift weights and I do pay attention to my nutrition, but I also eat fast food. I also have alcohol when I'm in the mood for it. So I'm able to maintain a very lean physique, Because I walk more. It keeps my calories in check. So don't be afraid of just using more movement throughout the day. Some of the big things that I think people miss on when it comes to getting shredded is that as you get leaner, your body is going to change physiologically. You're actually going to probably require a little bit less sleep. I notice that my sleep cycles get a little bit shorter when I get below 10% body fat. So you need to make sure that your sleep is high quality. One thing I also notice is that stress is going to have a bigger impact on you. If you miss some sleep, if you've got some anxiety, if there's things going on in your life outside, they're going to have a bigger impact on you when you're leaner. I don't know why that is. Maybe it just comes down to body fat. This kind of has a protective measure on you. Or, if you look at it historically speaking from our ancestors, if you were below 10% body fat, it probably wasn't a desirable place to be and you needed to eat more. You needed to be awake more. Maybe you needed to hunt more, whatever it comes down to. But I've just noticed that as I get leaner, my sleep cycles change. And so I have to really be protective of my sleep time and actually have a plan every day. I find that people that are trying to get shredded, if they have a very good routine, it really helps. How long should it take to get shredded? Well, this really just comes down to how much body fat you have. Really, the research is very clear on this. 1 to 1.5% of your body weight per week is the max you want to lose. Otherwise, you're going to have issues in keeping muscle, gym time performance, actually keeping your strength, but also the rebounding. Okay, I've noticed that when athletes go, you know what, I don't care what it takes, I'm going to push really hard for a short amount of time. Well, guess what? There is a pendulum swing to that. Your body is going to push back. Your mind is going to push back. However, athletes that take their time use things like refeed days, higher carb weeks. We call them diet breaks. Again, these are all videos that I've done a lot of information on. Taking a break while you're getting leaner, while that body fat is going down, to just maintain for a day or two, a week or two, is going to have a really profound impact on when you get there, are you able to stay there? So how long should it take? Listen, if you're 12, 10% body fat and you want to get to this 5, 7% body fat, 6, 8, 10 weeks might be required. A lot of times I find that people think that they're lean until they start taking some pictures. They realize they're not quite lean enough. So sometimes as soon as you start to see your abs, you think you're lean, it might be another 2 or 3 months till you're actually chiseled, okay? So give yourself time to get there. Final thing I want to talk about is the psychology of fat loss. For me, it was very difficult the first time I decided to do a bodybuilding show. Why? Because for the first time in my life, the scale went down every single week. And as a man, it was very tough for me because I was so focused for many years on getting to 180 pounds, 190 pounds. My heaviest I ever got to 250 pounds. I didn't like it. When I diet down and get shredded, I'm around 195. Okay, that for me is a weight where I am absolutely peeled. I win bodybuilding competitions. However, the only reason I get that lean is because I get on a bodybuilding stage. So you have to understand the psychology, my friend. You're asking me a question about how do you get to 6 or 7% body fat? What is your why? If you do not have a worthwhile reason for getting there, it is not worthwhile. It is not fun to be 6 or 7% body fat. Like I said, your sleep cycles are going to be shorter. At times you're going to be short-tempered. Your hunger is going to be a little bit constant. Our fat cells actually do something other than just make us look fat. They make us feel full. Well, when your fat cells or those adipocytes lose that reservoir of fat in there, it no longer sends a signal saying you're full. So your body says, man, I'm hungry all the time. In fact, when I'm 6, 7% body fat, if I'm not hungry, I start to think something's wrong, right? So the psychology there starts to mess with you. I don't like to feel full when I'm dieting. I like to feel hungry. Another oddity that I've noticed when I get that lean, when I eat a meal, I get hungrier. That messes with your mind. You go sit down to eat something, all of a sudden you realize you're kind of ravenous and you got to shut it down. You got to have strategies for that. You got to have your food set aside. This is where it becomes very important to be meal prepping, to understand where your next meal is coming from. I also like to use little tricks like carbonated beverages. I like diet sodas. They keep me with something sweet. Sometimes caffeine can assist in helping you feel a little bit less hunger, but also just having some carbonation and helps you feel fuller. So there are things that you can do when you're dieting down to get shredded, but I promise you, you're not going to actually get shredded unless your why is very important. Now, if you look at the people that enter our transformation challenge, we've got another one coming up here. Listen, there's an opportunity to win $25,000. There's an opportunity to take pictures at the end that have a huge difference. If you look at our male champion, Dan, quite drastic. And when I did the podcast with him, which you can listen to the Pro Physique Code and listen to him talk, he was very focused from day one on getting absolutely shredded, and he did it. That was his why. He was tracking his steps, tracking his calories. For me, the why, getting on a bodybuilding stage. So what is your why? The difference between 10% and 6 or 7% body fat from the average person is nothing. No one at the pool, no one at the gym is really going to notice a whole lot of difference. You will probably notice the most difference. If you get on a bodybuilding stage, that is a requirement to be that lean, to be successful. But from the general population, they're not going to give you the feedback that maybe you're looking for. If you just want to see what it's like to get there, I don't know many people that have ever done it without an extrinsic reason, like a bodybuilding competition, a challenge of some kind. I've even had people that told me they were going on vacation, they wanted to look good on the beach, family reunions, things like these. Whatever it is, you got to have a reason, and it's got to be more important than one of those desires that might pop up, a social occasion, a friend is in town, whatever those reasons are going to be. The psychology of losing body fat, of seeing your clothes be bigger on you, can really be challenging. Sometimes you're going to have days where you're weaker in the gym. Have high carb refeeds, have diet breaks along the way. This is really going to make this process a lot easier. I've never stayed so lean, so easy before in my life, and it's just because I've learned to apply all these tools. So when I say that getting shredded is simple, it is simple, all right? However, you have to have reasons, okay? It's never gonna be easy. There's gonna be days that are easy. There's gonna be weeks that are smooth. However, you're gonna hit some walls, and then that's when your reason is going to actually kick in. For me, I don't wanna get my butt kicked. I'm very competitive. What is your reason for wanting to get shredded? Let me know below. All right, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow.